All right, it is 5 o'clock, and with that, we will go ahead and call the Troy City Council meeting for July 26th to order. If you'll all please rise with us for a brief invocation and then the Pledge of Allegiance. Dear Lord, we come before you again with humble and grateful hearts for the opportunity to represent our constituents in the great city of Troy. Please lead us and guide us in everything we say and do, and make it be pleasing unto your sight. In your name we pray. Amen. Amen. If you'll face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. For those of y'all who were with us last Tuesday, this is a lot longer agenda than we had then, so we will work through it. But if the clerk would please note all of our members are present. And council, you have before you the minutes of our previous meeting. If there are no additions or corrections to those minutes, a motion to approve is in order. So moved. By Mr. Meeks, seconded by Ms. McSwain Holland. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the minutes are approved. Council, you have before you tonight's agenda. If there's no questions on the agenda, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
By Ms. Baker, seconded by Ms. Moultrie. All those in favor of the agenda signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the agenda is approved. We do not have any committee reports other than the executive committee did meet upstairs prior to this meeting, and if the clerk will please note that all of our members were present at that meeting as well. All right, first item on the agenda is Southwestern Advantage. Ms. Rebecca Lambert for a door-to-door solicitation with this company. And Ms. Lambert is here. If you don't mind, if you'll just come forward briefly and explain the business. It's right there at the mic.
My name is Rebecca Lambert, and I'm actually from Texas, but I'm currently interning with Southwestern Advantage. And so it's an internship designed to help young students develop the life skills and habits that they need to be successful in their future as well. And so what we do for our internship is actually go door to door to help families with education. And so we help the younger ones get super excited about education and prepare for school. And then we help the older ones with studying and homework as well as get prepared for college with like ACT and SAT prep, as well as like finding financial aid and stuff that will help them.
Okay. Are there any questions or comments from the council to Ms. Lambert at this time?
I have a few. First of all, welcome to Troy. I admire you for leaving Texas, taking this on. It takes a lot of courage and bravery to come to meetings like this, to go into communities as a stranger. So welcome. The business model, is door-to-door solicitation the only way that you go about selling in the business model from this company?
Yeah, so essentially we start out with like going door to door, trying to like find families to talk to, but then after a bit I actually start going from referral to referral. And so like I might stop at one door and that mom might send me to like 10 of her friends.
Right.
And so then I start bouncing from family to family instead of going.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I've got a few other comments, but I'll see if my colleagues have any other questions.
All right. Anything else from the council for Ms. Lambert at this time regarding this type of business license?
Would they actually be making purchases as you're going around?
And so no one is necessary, like no one has to buy anything. Actually for my internship, I get credit for just showing it to families. And so if they would like to, they can use them. And I deliver their books like at the end of the summer if they do purchase these things as well.
So you're also from?
Yes,
Well, I'll say this, historically, as long as I've been on the council and those before me, we have not asked any of these requests for solicitation, and that's out of an abundance of caution for our citizens. So I'm wearing two hats here. So as in my position as a council person, I think, for our citizens to have confidence if they see anyone coming door to door, to know that we do not allow door-to-door solicitation, so they don't have to wonder, do they have a license? Are they a legitimate business? And for our police officers to know as they're patrolling and they see people go door to door, also they know that historically we do not do this. So it's nothing personal about you. It's just really in the best interest of our citizens. But I'm also a mom. I actually have, as of last week, now 2 teenage daughters. And out of an abundance of caution for you, I would like to think that you would be safe anywhere and everywhere in our community. But out of an abundance of caution for you, being able to go door to door, particularly not knowing, being from this area, not knowing, having contacts. Now that said, I think it sounds like you are offering a service that's, I love books. I love the idea of you helping families introduce books to their children. I think there's some creative ways through social media. We have a couple of organizations in town that do work with students, particularly in the summer, the Boys and Girls Club, Common Ground Troy, there's several churches. We have our Troy Public Library here. We have a rec center, which is a great place to meet up. So I think there are some creative ways if you're looking to meet families and to make connections, and you do want to help, that there's some ways to do that. But out of an abundance of caution for your safety as well as the safety of our citizens, I'm going to recommend that we deny this request.
Okay, we do have a motion to deny this particular business license at this time. Is there a second to that motion?
So moved.
Ms. McSwain calling on Mr. Meeks. Pick one, Shannon. All right, with that, there are no other questions or comments. Is there a motion to approve the motion, vote? We will vote on the motion to deny the license. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the motion to deny the license is approved. So, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
And again, thank you for coming. Please know it's nothing personal. It's just some precedents that we have. And I would encourage you while you're in our community to get to know some people and find out some local resources you can connect with.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
Yeah, and Rebecca, the newspapers here, there's television covering this, so the fact that you're here will get the word out, and maybe you can, you have a Facebook page? Yeah, right, I thought you did because I'd seen you with the sheriff, I think, and some other. So I think you can get the word out where you can go and connect with people without having to, basically, the long and short of it, what Ms. Baker was saying is, we try not to have a financial transaction engaged when it comes to, just a walk-up solicitation. So, because, while obviously, if you're coming to the meeting, you're probably going, I don't have any doubt that you can do everything exactly the right way. But a lot of people get taken advantage of when the financial transaction occurs and they didn't initiate it. So anyway, I wish you all the best and hope you can get the word out. And we're certainly, by coming to this meeting, I hope it gets the word out for you. And we wish you all the best. Thank you.
Can she share her information on social media?
Yeah, if you want to.
If you'd like to, it's recorded. If you want to tell them how to contact you through social media, you're welcome to do so.
Back up here. Yeah, up there, there's a TV camera.
Yeah, specific.
Right there.
So I have a business Facebook page that you can find me as. It's Rebecca, spelled REBEKAH, Education Girl Invert, and I would love to help out any family as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
All right, next item on our agenda is Resolution 2022-92, the authority to purchase equipment for environmental services. Shelley?
Mayor and Council, at this time, we're requesting your approval to purchase a John Deere compact track loader. It'll be purchased through our source oil purchasing contract. The cost of this tractor is $87,125.40, and it's within our budget. And it also allows us to do some maintenance that would normally have to bid out on rental equipment to do.
All right, good. Any questions or comments for Shelby at this time regarding this particular resolution and purchase? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve? By Ms. Moulton, seconded by
Second.
Ms. Baker. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is passed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate what y'all do. Next item is Resolution 2022-93, which is the State of Alabama Department of Transportation Agreement with PATS. Dante, welcome.
This transportation agreement we have before is basically, we did our grant about a month ago, and this agreement gives AlDOT the authorization to disperse money to PATS for the required year from, what is it,
23 to 45.
from 2023 to 2025, AlDOT has the right to give PATS money for that year. So the grant has been approved, but this gives them the authorization to do that for those years. That's basically what it's saying.
Okay, this is really a housekeeping measure, is that right, Mayor, as well?
That's correct. This takes care of us through September the 30th of 2026.
25 or 26?
26, it's fiscal year 25.
I got you. All right, great. Any questions or comments for Dante regarding this resolution and agreement?
I'm gonna ask a couple of questions. Sure. The first one is, where are we at with latest? Have we ordered vans or we have to get this done first before we can order?
That has to be signed before anything can happen.
Well, that happened.
It's not. We haven't ordered vans. It's not a city problem or a county problem. It's AlDOT had to rebid it out because they lost the contract. But as of last week, they got the bid back, so now it's giving us documentation of what we need to do. It's for Shannon to order, Mayor to order. But we haven't ordered them yet.
Second question. Where are we, if we have started yet, with, trying to provide transportation out of our area?
That's coming up whenever we can get vehicles. I personally, I don't want to do it with what we have now because it's the mileage problem. And we're just trying to make sure these citizens here can have transportation in our county. But that's one of our goals. As soon as we can get them, we'll start doing it. And we got a plan to try to make it work.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? With that, hearing none, is there a motion to approve the resolution? By Ms. Moultrie, seconded by Mr. Meeks. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is agreed to. Thank you, Dante.
Thank you.
All right, next item is Resolution 2022-94, authorizing the City of Troy to join the State of Alabama in opioid settlements. And this is really an opportunity for us to enter into this agreement in order for us to receive some of these settlement funds. And it's not housekeeping, but this has to be done in order for us to get any of the funds that are coming to the state that would be designated for the City of Troy. Is that correct, Mayor?
That's correct. As y'all know, we've been working on this for a long time, as has the state. And this will allow us to move forward.
Great. Questions or comments regarding this particular agreement, this resolution? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
Okay.
By Ms. Baker, seconded by
Second.
Ms. Moultrie. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is agreed to. Thank you, Council. All right, the next item is Resolution 2022-95, the authority to remove dilapidated buildings. This structure is at 139 Montgomery Street. Chuck, is there anything you want to comment on or anything about this? Or just you're available for questions? All right, the next step. So, questions or comments regarding this particular resolution to remove dilapidated buildings.
How many more steps we got? How many more steps we got? Is the last step or next to the last step?
This is a pretty important step, I can tell you that. I don't know how many more is left, but I know it's important.
This is it? This is step? Oh, there's
I'm
another.
sorry, Mondo.
You said this is.
The next step in the unsafe building ordinance, which gives them basically 30 days to respond to me, or the city will remove it based on the price that you received in your package.
So they got 30 more days?
They have 30 days to respond to this letter.
Okay. You really know how to break the girl down. Hey.
Is that 30 days from today or 30 days from when we sent the letter?
It'll be 30 days from tomorrow. With y'all's approval, I will send them the letter.
No, all right. Well, I know this step, this particular resolution has been long awaited by our colleague in District 5. So, all right, with that, are there any other questions or comments for Chuck at this time? If not, is there a motion to approve the resolution? By Ms. Moultrie, seconded by Ms. McSwain Holland. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is agreed to. Thank you, Chuck. Thank you for your work in this process. Resolution 2022-96, adopting the Division B hazardous mitigation plan. And I think this is a housekeeping agreement that we have to enter into with EMA.
It is, and the mitigation plan is on the state website, it's 88 pages, so that's why it's not in your packet, because it wouldn't fit.
It's like the binder definitely wouldn't have held another 88 pages. All right. Any questions or comments regarding this particular resolution? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
By Mr. Meeks, seconded by
Second.
Ms. Baker. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is agreed to. Thank you. Next item is Resolution 2022-97, a memorandum of agreement with the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency. Chief Barr.
Yes, sir, this is just to request permission from the council to join in an agreement with the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency to use Clearview AI, which is just another investigative tool to help us investigate crimes. Clearview is operates one of the largest known databases of facial recognition, facial images. They own over 20 billion images sourced from public-only web sources, including news media, mugshots, websites, public social media, and many other open sources. This just helps to move the investigations forward at a greater pace. You still have to do all your other investigations. This has to be supported by other evidence. This is just a request us to enter into this agreement with the LEA to use this platform, and it comes at no cost to us whatsoever.
That's going to be my comment. The LEA has purchased this and they're providing us with
Access.
That's correct.
Yes, sir.
All right, questions or comments for Chief Barr regarding this resolution? And agree.
How is it working when I put my mask on? You just gotta put my eyes.
That causes us a problem.
Check. You know, if you could get it through the mask.
They got your eyes.
They got my eyes.
They got your eyes.
If you're like a lot of those that use facial recognition to get into your phone.
Okay.
All right. Any additional questions or comments? Hearing none, quickly, is there a motion to approve the resolution by Ms. Moultrie, seconded by Ms. McSwain Holland? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is agreed to. Thank you, Chief. All right, the next item on the agenda is Ordinance 433, rezoning certain real property on US Highway 231 South. Ms. Sanders, will you provide us a second reading of the ordinance, please?
This ordinance will rezone 5.41 plus or minus acres of land located east of and adjacent to, but not including 1429 U.S. Highway 231 South in Troy, Alabama, from RR Reserved Residential Zoning District to the C4 Highway Commercial Zoning District. This rezoning comes to the council with the recommendation of the Planning Commission.
All right, thank you. That will constitute the second reading of this ordinance. With that, we need to have a public hearing on this particular ordinance. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor of or in opposition to the rezoning of this real property? Hearing none. That will constitute the public hearing and the second reading. With that, council, is there a motion to approve the ordinance? By Ms. Baker, seconded by?
Second.
Mr. Meeks, thank you. All those in favor of the ordinance, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the ordinance is approved. Thank you. All right, I guess they were still reading and contemplating. You want me to? Done? I'll be. My colleague has reminded me, we did have a guest with this, the engineering firm with this company, and his name is Alex, is that correct?
Correct.
And he is here, so the company is represented, and we appreciate that, and thank you. You didn't have to speak, but you're welcome to if you would like to. But once you've sold the car, I think you give them the keys and you leave, is that correct?
Yes,
I apologize for not recognizing you earlier and giving you an opportunity.
no, that is okay. Thank you for your time and consideration, and if there are any more questions, happy to answer them. Thank you.
Sorry. Thank you.
That's the only hesitation, is I think we were waiting on him to call you, or if you wanted to speak. Melissa's taking responsibility for that. We all know so.
That's right. All right, with that, Mayor, we don't have any appointments this evening, and we welcome your comments and report.
Yeah, we're happy to have all the come into control. So that's exciting news. And, appreciate that opportunity.
Mayor, can I interrupt you one minute? Is it Aldi or Aldi?
Aldi.
Thank you. Good. Now we all know how to say it. Thank you.
It's all.
Thank you.
Again, I didn't know if you were, if there was an announcement.
Well, I mean, it's obviously public record because it's in your binders. In the paper, it's been done. And you may have heard of Aldi's very large distribution center that was built down in Baldwin County. And they have probably, 10,000 stores around the world, and with revenues in the hundreds of billions probably. So it's a large outfit. But anyway, I don't have much to report. I'll just say that I'm very thankful for the outpouring of my colleagues and the community and the city, as my wife and I and our family mourns the death of my mother-in-law, Betsy Coffey. She was certainly had a huge impact on this community. She taught many little girls to dance through the years. I'm very honored to have been her son-in-law, and she had a tremendous impact on my life. And I'm very grateful to everyone for their kindness. The only other thing I just like to reflect on a little bit is 10 years ago at this meeting, it was 2 days ago, according to the calendar, I became the mayor-elect, as did Councilman Nix become councilman-elect. So I'm so grateful to this community and the people here for 10 years. Time flies, and I actually wasn't able to be here that night because it was 10 years ago that day that my 8-year-old son at the time being and his teammates won the Dixie World Series. Dan, you remember that, don't you? And but anyway, it's just been, it's a tremendous honor to serve this community, and we'll continue to do everything we can to do that in a positive way. And so, thank you again, unless there are specific questions, that's all I have.
Questions, comments for the mayor? Hearing none, Mr. Swain Hall.
Congratulations, Mayor, on 10 years. We thank you so much for your service. And I did want to offer my condolences to you and your wife in the passing of your mother-in-law. And I also want to thank you for the work that you're doing with getting down these buildings, these structures. You work magic, and I'm just grateful to you. I want to also thank Mr. Dan Smith and Chief Barr for supporting us over at Washington Street. I thank you all for everything, your staff, the sergeant that came out with the K-9. It made a difference just having a presence out there and support, not because we were in trouble or we needed anything, but just to be there for the people in our community. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Yes, District 2, we have 1 week left for our cleanup. I'd also like to tell the mayor and his wife that condolences with Miss Betsy. She touched all these girls' lives going through the dancing. I know back then, I fussed and cried about every dance recital that I had to go to. But as I look back now, it was probably one of the best things that ever happened to my daughter. And we can tell Eddie we should do a quick second.
Thank you. Ms. Baker.
I'll also echo those comments and continued prayers. Welcome to Troy. Ollie. We're going to pronounce that right. And I know that downtown we had a food truck festival that was rescheduled due to inclement weather, and so I was trying to find August 5th. It's been postponed until August 5th. And then we've got a back-to-school bash that is also scheduled for downtown on August 13th, so it is on your calendars.
Okay, Ms. Moultrie.
Yeah, question on my way continues. Time of losses. You always need that strength. It gets you. And I know God gives you. And I also would like to thank everybody in the city. You know, you do what we do. I still like the children, but you know, do better for the steps. But that's all right. And thank my colleagues.
Thank you, Ms. Moultrie. Not much to say other than as District 2 cleanup winds down, District 3 cleanup will start in the month of August. I know a lot of my constituents as well as a lot of the citizens of Troy are eagerly awaiting the completion of repaving of Oak Park. But I believe that's a 6 to 8 week process. I think we're in week 2 of that process now. So please be patient. Please be aware as you're detouring around that particular neighborhood to be careful of the other neighborhoods that you're going through. But much needed work. Mayor, we thank you for getting that project off the ground. And I know my colleagues, the researching is going on in their district as well, are thankful. But I want to thank all of our department heads. We've got the best team of anybody in this state. I was at a meeting today with the outgoing mayor of Florence and a few other cities, and let me tell you, they're all jealous of Troy, Alabama, and I like that. So thank you for all the work that you do and everything that you do to help our citizens, even Beaufort. So with that, a motion to adjourn is in order. Thank you, we are dismissed.
Whatever's going on, I did.